Time now for another In the Legal Know with Vincent J. Russo. And today, Vincent is talking about something that has affected many of us: what to do after a car accident. Well, here in the U.S., there are more than 6 million police-reported car accidents every year. Vincent is here to guide us through the essential steps to protect yourself legally and financially. And I am so glad you're here, because what a great subject, because, many of us have been involved in some sort of car accident.
Yeah, I've been in a number of them,
unfortunately. Myself.
And so I think it is really important, because people don't realize there are traffic laws. You have an insurance policy, so there are laws regarding insurance coverage. There are laws regarding when you're injured, when you have a personal injury. So all these laws are out there, and there are reporting requirements. So today we're just going to really simplify it and just go through some basic steps.
Good. Okay, let's talk about the first step.
Okay, so the first step is safety. Absolutely. So when you're in an accident, you want to make sure that you take care of yourself and your passengers. So if you can get the car off the road, get it off the road. Put the hazard lights on. Check for injuries. Contact 911. Call 911 and let them know there's been a car accident.
And try not to stand on the road side of this accident, where I see too many people, they're out near traffic.
Right.
So when you talk about safety, move yourself off the road.
That's right. And sometimes your reaction is, well, let me try to drive this car, but it's been damaged, and now it's dangerous.
Right.
And people drive fast on the roads, and you could be in heavy traffic, and you could make it worse. You can really hurt yourself or the passengers.
Yeah, especially here on Long Island. Okay, so you get in this accident, and both parties stop. Let's talk about that. What do you do? The exchange of information, what do you give each other? Yeah,
it's really important not to leave the scene of an accident. And there are laws against that in New York, for example. So exchanging information is critical. First, gathering the information from the other driver. So you want their contact information, you want to get the details on their car, the type of car, driver's license, you want to get information on their insurance coverage. And so in the world we live in, everybody has a phone. Mm-hmm. Take photos. Take photos of everything. Take photo of the driver's license. Take photo of the car damage. Take photo of their insurance coverage. So you're not writing it down like in the old days.
That is such a great sadly, I didn't even think of that. Right. And I think when you do get in the accident, you're not thinking straight. Right. So what a great piece of advice.
The other tip I would suggest is, if you're emotionally upset, if you have a passenger with you, they have a phone. Let them do it, because they're not as engaged in what's actually occurred, perhaps, and they may be calmer and more focused. And then document the scene of the accident. So if skid marks, take a photograph. Take a photograph of the cars. Take a photograph of where the car was when the accident occurred, if you moved it over. And then if there are witnesses, if they're willing, get their name and contact information, because if there's an injury, then that's going to be important to play in terms of what actually happened and who's at fault.
Exactly. Okay, so, it's a tiny little fender bender. You don't think it's really anything. Do you call the police for every accident, even something like that?
Yeah, I'm going to suggest that you do.
Okay.
And there's a couple benefits from doing that. And so calling 911 will trigger that. And so having a independent source come to the accident, a police officer, to document what has occurred is a safety mechanism for you, number one. Two, if the other driver is not willing to share information, then the police officer can be that liaison and get that information exchanged properly. Mm-hmm. So I see benefits in doing it. And then if there's a more serious injury or serious car damage, then there are going to be legal implications, and having that police report is going to be essential. So also, certain types of accidents, depending on the level of the amount of damage, would require the filing of a police report. Or if you are in an accident where you've been injured, or someone like the other driver's been injured, or a passenger, or a domestic animal is injured in an accident setting, or a pedestrian, there are laws that say you must have the police come to the scene. You cannot leave the scene of the accident without reporting it to the police.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about even with an animal being
Yes.
hit, you have to call the police. And I really was questioning whether a fender bender, so anytime.
Yes.
It's the safest to call the police.
Correct.
Okay, so the next step, when do you contact insurance?
All right, so now you want to file an insurance claim. And this is critical, right? Because you want to have your damage covered by insurance. So you're going to file a claim. You're going to share the documentation and information you received from the driver, the information you have regarding the documenting the scene of the accident. You want to do it promptly. So I suggest within 24 hours. Okay. Don't delay, and there are some requirements under the policy where you have to do it by a certain time frame, or else you may not have the coverage. So within 24 hours is a good rule of thumb, and avoid quick settlements. So if there's been damage to your vehicle or to yourself or a passenger, and they're saying, well, we want to just offer you this money, if it's a quick offer, call an experienced personal injury attorney and have them, review the situation and advise you properly.
Well, this is sort of going back to the insurance, like when you're exchanging information. What if someone says, well, let's not exchange our insurance information. We'll handle this on our own. Advice on that?
That can be, that could come back and hurt you later on, because you may be in an accident and you don't think you're injured. And then all of a sudden, 2 to 3 days later, you have a lower back problem or something more serious. And now you're going to the doctor and you didn't take the appropriate steps to document what's occurred.
Yeah, suddenly your neck hurts. Yeah. So what if you are injured? What do you do?
Okay, so here I would suggest you've got to bring in and consult with an experienced personal injury attorney who's going to step in and advise you step by step to make sure you're taken care of, your well-being, your assets are protected. And so here are just some general considerations at the scene of the accident that can be important. One is to stay calm, avoid admitting fault, and do not give a recorded statement to the other insurance carrier, because they'll try to do that. And then hold it against you, because you may have said something there that's going to come back to hurt you. Seek medical attention and make sure you document it. All of this is going to be important when you meet with the personal injury attorney, that you've taken these steps, and cooperate with law enforcement. Don't create a bigger problem than that exists.
Yeah, I think this is we're wrapping it up, but very important information for us, but I also think for parents to talk to their kids. Because I know when my accident was, I was an inexperienced 17-year-old driver. It was a fender bender, but I didn't know what to do. So parents really need to talk to their kids about what to do.
That's an excellent point, to communicate that and help protect them.
Know where the insurance card is,
Right.
know where the registration is, all that stuff.
Wonderful.
Hopefully no one has to go through that. Well, Vincent, excellent, so interesting, and I thank you, and we will see you again
Yes.
next Wednesday.
That's correct.
Thanks a lot, Vincent.
See you then.